Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is This and That Tarot. Back with another general reading. If you have not liked, shared, or subscribed to my channel, hopefully you do so. I would love to have you. This is a general reading, so only take what resonates. All right. Leave the rest for someone else who does. Make sure you're doing your return to senders, your spiritual cleanses, and also praying for your spirit team. So, because a lot of you have people behind the scenes that do not want to see you overcome. They do not want to see you get away. All right. I've already pulled up a few cards in the tarot. So I'm gonna just give you the rundown. There's a king of swords that may feel as though they want to give up on something. This could be a authority figure, somebody that's looked at in the public eye, that held to a high standard or something like that. Could be a public official, don't have to be, but they may feel like giving up, maybe because you have mastered yourself. It could be somebody that thought at one time they had you where they wanted you, I'm hearing, or somebody, was not expecting you to advance or do well. This could be a job, this could be you just mastering yourself. All right, you got the King of Swords, you got the Nine of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Pentacles, the Sun in reverse, and the Fool. And it's really around the fact, this is all really regarding the fact that you have taken a new path. You know what I'm saying? Going on a journey. You could be innocent in a situation, especially if this is regarding work, or the work you've done on yourself, or the work that you're doing. All the above. You do have the Eight of Pentacles out here. I just started clarifying the Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Eight of Cups came out. So somebody is giving up on something. They could have been stubborn in the past. It may have been, not willing to compromise, or this is you. You got fire out here more than anything, fire and air, with the King of Swords and the Fool. So somebody is giving up, like they may feel like they have, to let whatever this is go, that may have been stubborn about before, not wanting to work, with you, or work something out or whatever, or because somebody was unwilling to compromise in the past. Like they may have, had some issues with, just being um like somebody not standing their ground with something. Like, I don't know if somebody let something, go too far, or, they, how some people will sit around and know that whoever they talking about or whatever they inquiring about is not as serious as they making it out to be. Like something is didn't deserve to be ignored, but also didn't deserve to be I'm gonna just say ignored. I'm compelled to just stick with that, because I feel like somebody was dealing with something that they could have made some changes in, or could have turned it around, and they didn't. And this could have been something, a King of Swords was battling with themselves, or this is somebody, they felt like um was impossible to work with, or they knew this person, they wouldn't be able to work with them. This is like even trying to get the truth out of somebody, or like trying to get more information, about a situation or a person, before they make a move. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like somebody may have wasted too much time doing that. Like they could feel abandoned, may have all, because they were being stubborn, felt like they needed to just walk away or let some things go, you know, not worrying too much about how they left it. Like, it is what it is. Shit, I just gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I can't cry over spilled milk. I mean, ain't no more I can do with this situation. I did all I can do. Or I can say all I can say. I haven't got the swords in that, but got the devil at the bottom of the deck with the Two of Cups in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles. Somebody did not um I would say it's a lack of communication, but I feel like it's because also someone just had some things going on that they felt tied to or they felt bound to. It's like being a certain way and having to feel like you got to stay that way because you don't want people clawing at you, you know what I'm saying, or making fun of you, or trying to put you down because you don't want to be this way anymore, do this thing anymore, go these places, respond the way they want you to. It's like somebody wanting you to be somebody they remember, not somebody they don't remember, that they don't recognize anymore because you made different, made other changes. You know what I'm saying? You made making other choices that's causing you to come about a change. Eight of Pentacles. Because somebody done mastered themselves, and with the sun in reverse, it's giving somebody that's dealing with gloom, but they also, not happy with, their enthusiasm. Like somebody is not feeling, and they could have been, conceited, even back, at a time where they may have been full of themselves. But I feel like this is somebody that was pretending. This is somebody that they will fake it till they make it. You know what I'm saying? They'll go along with something knowing that they're not happy in that situation, that place of business, shit like that. And this is somebody that is down about their happiness as well. This is somebody who happiness is blocked because somebody took a leap of faith with the food. Give me some more on this Nine of Wands in reverse with the Eight of Cups. What's the Nine of Wands in reverse with the Eight of Cups? What's the Nine of Wands in reverse with the Eight of Cups? Yeah, you got the Ace of Cups in reverse and the star that fell out on the floor. And you got the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, somebody feel like they gotta let go. They gotta let go of something. Because these cups, is really about a lot of failed emotions, or this could be things that they put, time, effort, or um lack putting emotion into something, or seeing something through, especially if it's somebody searching for something new, like somebody having to leave, whatever is leave whatever it is behind to go find something new, to possibly accept letting something go. You know what I'm saying? Or someone go, because the Ace of Cups that came out in reverse with the star, like somebody gonna have to let somebody go. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like this person, or this, if you this person, somebody done advanced and mastered themselves, and they are working on themselves, working and mastering what they doing. The time, the energy that somebody's putting into themselves, like somebody's focused on that. They're not focused on, yeah. And this person could be putting themselves into work, staying busy and stuff like that to kind of cope with being, their happiness being blocked, or the fact that they, what a block to their own happiness. Like I said, the Ace of Cups came out in reverse and you got the star. So somebody could be feeling, envy of, just an emotional loss that they not going to get this, like somebody's not going to get this new beginning that they want. And they're going to have to walk away, from that. And that means, them walking away from a star, somebody that gave them like some type of hope or some type of renewal. And this could be them, having to go through a rebirth. They could, be needing to heal, having to walk away from something, that no longer serves them, especially if it's somebody that they, ain't supposed to be with anyway, or a job they're not supposed to be at anyway, or this is, a career they shouldn't be, focused on anyway, especially if it's a partnership or something like that, because there's nothing else to come from that. You whatever didn't happen. Whatever ways somebody had in a situation or a job, it didn't happen now. Coulda, woulda, shoulda is not going to, change the fact that this person, could have also been dealing with a healer or somebody that could have, been a lot of inspiration with the start here. Yeah. Like this person's gonna have to go within. But I feel like, they see that you have mastered yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Queen of Swords. Yeah. And the Emperor in reverse. At behind it. And I feel like at a time somebody, was um full of themselves. You know what I'm saying? They could have been able to move and shake something, and have some kind of pool or something like that with people at work or something like that, but or in a connection with someone, but that's no more. Like that right there, that time of that era of them being that way with somebody that ran out. And I feel like somebody, may have been put in a situation, to where they could have had opportunities to make something better, especially if a star was sent into somebody's life or put on their path to like awaken them or be some type of guide for them or something like that. This person, was being stubborn. And that, and then this may not have been the first time that this done happened with this Eight of Cups out here. Like somebody may have had more than one opportunity to walk away from things that no longer serve them or certain ways, that they was expressing their emotions with this Eight of Cups. How they expressed themselves or what they did, to validate how they felt rather than, just speaking and saying, what it is and, working something out being a lot more realistic. Ain't gonna happen. It didn't happen. Clarify the sun in reverse. What's the sun in reverse? What's the sun in reverse? Yeah. Knight of Swords in reverse. More air out here. Mm. And somebody, I'm telling you, someone don't like the fact that this King of Swords, um, is somebody that's, held in high honor. You know what I'm saying? They somebody that, they may get a lot of public recognition and things like that. They may have an authoritative position, maybe at work. They could be, a manager, a supervisor. They could be a manager. They could be a CEO. You know what I'm saying? But this is somebody that is held at some high standard. They got a lot of high standards. It could, like I said, it could be an authority figure. Don't have to be, but this is someone that has mental, clarity and things like that now. But I feel like in the past, this person was a Knight of Swords in reverse. It was somebody that was forceful, like a bully, or somebody that was just very aggressive, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? Um, just ruthless, like arrogant, even. Yeah, you got the Judgment at the bottom of the deck. Shit, with the Ace of Swords. Spirit said that's the truth, and I feel like somebody at one time was a Knight of Cups in reverse. Like throwing tantrums, or could have been, like somebody, staying in situations trying to avoid conflict or trying to stay away or finding some other like way of dealing with, something that, then got out of hand or something that was not right. Like they did, somebody know they fucked up. They did some foul shit. You know what I'm saying? They had some immature behavior. But instead of them handling it like, a responsible, careful, caring person. This is somebody that can at one time cared, possibly even loved you, or loved this job, or loved this position, or whatever. But the way they went about handling things that did not, sit well with them, or whatever disappointed them, or whatever they were confused about, the way they went about it, and the way they went about handling it was immature. Because with this sun in reverse, this is giving somebody's arrogance. Like somebody knows why they sit in this sadness, this gloom. You know, they know why they, this is, them being rude. the way they handle something, even if they didn't just come off as rude to you. It's, possibly things they did and how they went about handling that personally behind the scenes. Clarify the Knight of Swords in reverse with the Sun in reverse. What's the Sun in reverse with the Knight of Swords in reverse? Yeah. More water. You got water and air out here. More water and air. But yeah, this is somebody now that is looking at how these poor choices is what led them here. Like somebody had a lot of options. They had a lot of people to distract them, to keep them entertained and stuff like that. From needing to work on themselves or looking within or looking at something. Looking at the bigger picture. I'm hearing, but these were distractions. That's all they were. This is all something was, and I feel like them having this mindset that they were in, you know um somebody struggling with the way that they did things or how they were. And I feel like this is the universe holding up a mirror to someone, like letting them see themselves for who they really are or were, or what they were. This is why it's important to deal with your shadow side. This is why it's important to face your shadow, do your shadow work. Because I feel like this is somebody that refused to do that. They probably don't even know what the hell shadow work is, but you live and you learn. But you got the 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck now in reverse with the strength. So somebody now, is wanting to put an end to the conflict, that they may put themselves in or cause you, with this unnecessary, unknown competition they put you in, either with themselves or with others, that whether you are aware of it or not. But this is somebody, that's possibly, wanting to cooperate now, or somebody wanting to cooperate from how they once were. Like somebody was once a 9 of Wands in reverse. And this could have been you. You could have given this person a lot of chances, to see the error in their ways or see where something could be, how something could be. Or you may have warned this person about how something could end up between you and them, or how a job, could end up, what the workplace could end up being like behind this or something like that. But like I said, you live and you learn. But they may have, stuck around and stayed at a place, stayed, with someone to avoid conflict, whether it's with them or some conflict that may have followed them coming towards you and involved you. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that, somebody wants to restore the harmony in something now, because I feel like being in their head or battling with themselves back and forth with the things that they know that they're responsible for, and they the reason for it being this way, and being in their own head, battling their own demons. For some of you, this is what they're doing. They facing their shadow side, like somebody's battling their own demons, the things that they, with the devil being at the bottom of the deck in the beginning of the read, child, this person know they got some things that they know they need to come face to face with before they can even face you. And I feel like, at this point, this person is they own guide now. Like they own this version of themselves when they was in their South Node is being shown to them so much, so often. The minute they think about being in a new job, a new uh establishment, you know what I'm saying? If they decide to relocate, if they decide to be with a new person, 8 of Cups, they know they gonna have to, that they want to be with a certain kind of person, they're gonna have to change their ways. They Otherwise this person just gonna keep being reminded of the good people or a good person that they did have and how they treated that person and where that person is right now with them. Yeah. because somebody, will put up with this Seven of Cups in reverse. This is somebody that had a lot of options. They may have had a lot of opportunities. They could be an opportunist or they were dealing with opportunists, but in them cups was not everybody that had good intentions. And somewhere in them Seven of Cups was you, but this person couldn't see the forest for the trees. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a room full of competition with nobody with a clear mind, even him or her, to determine who is the right person. You know what I'm saying? So how you gonna pick the right person if the amount of people in the room is already confusing you? Child, clarify this Knight of Cups in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse, with the Seven of Cups in reverse. What's the Seven of Cups? Yeah, you got the Ten of Cups with the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck in reverse with the Moon. Yeah, so somebody's, somebody got some secrets, and I feel like somebody realizing what somebody's secrets were. Something that's being illuminated to somebody, like they seeing now, like there's a lot of gossip. Somebody could be in isolation from like several people now over the stuff that they finding out or the stuff that they was not seeing at the time that was keeping them from making a sound decision, to go in a certain direction or what direction to go in. Like somebody was, and I felt like for some of you, there's someone that was being blocked, from making a move. If it's somebody resonating with this message, there's a person that was stagnant. They were taking their time, like somebody was procrastinating, with a lot of distractions being the reason why they were procrastinating. And those distractions were supposed to be people, things, or whatever that this person was supposed to see were not going to get them an answer no more than themselves actually going within and deciding what they want, what makes them happy, instead of looking for happiness in a bunch of women or a bunch of guys. You know what I'm saying? Take it how it resonates. Somebody was supposed to look within and notice and know the things that they are searching for is within themselves. And that's the only way they're going to be able to notice it in somebody else, genuinely notice it in someone else. And I'm hearing turn away from your wicked ways, evil ways. Like somebody needed to turn away from that and think out of love, like think out of, even if it's somebody that try to say they leave emotion out of something. You can to a certain extent. And then you're going to be made aware of the fact that your emotions are going to matter and be needed in a situation, if not now, later. And you're going to be tested on your response to your emotions, that on the opportunity for you to express emotion, and if you actually do it. Okay, so you have to master yourself. That's part of mastering yourself. Sitting around, pretending your tear ducts don't work is not it. You know what I'm saying? That's just saying a part of your body is non-functional. You know what I'm saying? You're not who you say you are. You're not human. You're not. You know what I'm saying? But this Knight of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Cups in reverse is clarified by this Ten of Cups. Mm-hmm. What's the Ten of Cups? Clarify the Ten of Cups. What's the Ten of Cups? Three of Swords in reverse. The Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Somebody could be an air sign dealing with a water sign. Any air sign dealing with any water sign. Somebody could have fire in their chart. Someone else can have earth. Don't have to be. Um, but I got more air and water out here than anything. hmm And this Ten of Cups is coming at the this Ten of Cups is coming due to the healing that someone is doing, especially wanting forgiveness from a person and the Most High. Like I feel like somebody's being forgiven, even if they haven't verbally been told they've been forgiven. Somebody wants forgiveness, but I feel like I'm compelled to say somebody has been forgiven. Um, they just have not, came directly and apologized, asked for forgiveness in whatever area for whatever reason. But this is somebody wanting a reconciliation, wanting to recover, from, or this is somebody healing and recovering, from a heartbreak and from um, the fact that they may have had a lot of failed connections and stuff because of this. Um, and somebody's emotions now are the reason why they, are being rewarded with this Ten of Cups. But I feel like with this Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck, with this Queen of Wands in reverse right behind it, child, somebody is being looked at like somebody being looked at like a tyrant. Somebody's a tyrant. Like somebody's like a feminine bully. Like a somebody, there's a feminine energy and there's a feminine and a masculine energy that is a bully. They are spiritual bully as well. Because I feel like this is somebody that is part of this Three of Cups in reverse. This is somebody that's realizing, whoever this King of Swords is, this is somebody that's realizing on so many levels, these feminines, this Seven of Cups, out of them seven, this person may have hung out and met a few of these people out partying, but out partying and doing the stuff they're doing, or did this person realizing how much these people gossip, how much these people, are always caught up in some type of scandal, some type of, you know, uh, connection involving somebody that got somebody, like somebody's history is always like somebody being a home wrecker, like somebody's always involving themselves in or with people, whether at work or home. It's like somebody don't know how to separate the two. Like if they get out, how the stuff you do in the club, like somebody does this at work too. Like they move and somebody handles themselves just like they in the street. Like they for the streets. You know what I'm saying? But they are try to talk about other people that don't do what they do and try to give you, a false backstory narrative as to what they feel like that person actually owns, because they don't want to be looked at as somebody that's what I'm saying, or somebody that don't have value. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever this person does, they do for recognition, but they also know that they can be looked at as somebody that is an impersonator too. And this is the person that's standing in the gap that may have caused you and this person to be at a stalemate, or caused this person, to doubt their intuition, question their intuition even. Not, listen to their gut feeling. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they expressed or gave this person some type of inkling of a thought that they might not deal with this person no more. Like they, mm. Yeah, yeah. And this is somebody that was in denial as well as to you being who you are, and somebody else and other people they be around being different, and them liking that or knowing that they need that. And that's something that they probably didn't think existed because majority of the time they're around people that gossip and like to party, drink, smoke. And ain't nothing wrong with how you have fun and how you enjoy yourself, or how you entertain yourself. But it is an issue when you use it as a way to cripple a person and distract a person from actually being in a sound mind, or operating from a sober, clear mind. There's some people that just want to keep your third eye foggy or keep your mind's eye closed to whatever it is that they may be, because it makes them look like they the problem. They the issue. They don't want to look at that like that. They want to tell you who the issue is, so they can still have access to you, so they can still be in your company. Especially if you paying. That's what I'm hearing. So, but somebody's healing. They releasing things, that has, brought on so much heartbreak and things that they have done to break their own heart. Um, and I feel like somebody, wants to come in out of the cold, like they want a reconciliation, for this Ten of Cups, because they know there was a Queen of Wands, that was vengeful, like somebody was very demanding. And this was could have been out of jealousy, could have been out of the fact this person just had a lack of self confidence. You know, mm-hmm. Clarify the food. And then we gonna close out. Clarify the food. So somebody took a leap of faith, like going in a different direction, and they were innocent in a situation. That this is, somebody possibly, being looked at, by an authority figure, like somebody gonna be found to be innocent in a situation. Like, let go. And I feel like they may not want to let whoever this is go. So take it how it resonates, because I'm getting different um, scenarios regarding that food and King of Swords and this Eight of Pentacles. It's like somebody could have, wanted to, thought they had something on somebody, or thought they had something that was really stick, but it don't. Like something can't be used, something can't be, um, something ain't relevant, or something don't have enough proof that it's, somebody don't have enough proof in something. Two of Swords, like somebody didn't have enough proof for something, or somebody was not showing enough proof in something, and I feel like somebody else recognized, or somebody else, or this person realized that ain't nothing they can do about something that don't prove anything. It's not facts. Clarify the food. What's the food right here? What's the food? Yeah, the Emperor in reverse with the Two of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck, and the High Priestess in reverse. Yes. So yeah, somebody was being. I'm telling you, somebody was a tyrant, and it was in their masculine energy. Whether it was, the person on your mind, or this is like I said, a feminine in their masculine energy. But somebody is a tyrant. Okay, very dominant, very domineering, or this masculine was, as this Emperor in reverse. Or that was an Emperor in reverse that was a tyrant at one time. There was a bully. They, very rigid, reckless, and they may have taken a new path. They may have, decided I feel like somebody took a new path to get away from somebody like this in the past. Like this could have been somebody's past version of themselves. That, like I said, two of wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Like somebody was over analyzing something, overthinking something instead of just taking action. Like somebody was possibly, not trusting their intuition. They probably had a lot of, they were dealing with somebody that had a lot of hidden motives. Like somebody had a hidden agenda to as to why they were the way they was for this masculine, the way they were, moving. And this is why somebody didn't get that victory, or why this high priest is in reverse and get this victory they wanted. Possibly with a Pisces, or this is why Pisces didn't get this, what they thought they should get out of the situation. What's this Emperor in reverse with the Fool? What's the Emperor in reverse with the Fool? Four of Pentacles in reverse. We got Earth out here. Could be dealing with an Earth sign. Somebody could, like I said, have Earth in their chart. Yeah, somebody's wanting to release something now. Like somebody wants to um like the old version of themselves, but I feel like these in reverse is like a past. Um, this is like the past version of somebody, like something they were dealing with either behind the scenes, before or after the fact. But I feel like this person, was holding back. If they were holding back, this is somebody that don't want to do that now. You know what I'm saying? They could be very generous. You know what I'm saying? There could have been somebody that was very giving, or this is you. But I feel like this is, somebody actually, seeing you as that very giving, but they could have also had some reckless spending. Like somebody could have been putting energy into things, without any way of knowing if these people intentions is pure. Yeah. And this is probably why they held back from you, because they had did this so much. But I feel like when it came to them having to be this way for the right person, um they ended up holding back. What I'm saying? You got the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the Empress in reverse at the bottom of the deck with the Nine of Pentacles. So now somebody, is, they could come off as charming, very heroic, but they, can have a hot temper too. Like this is somebody that's free spirited, possibly, rebellious, but at the same time, I feel like somebody's, coming in, with a lot of passion. Yeah, this person could have came off as charming, and like and all this to possibly a queen of wands in reverse. But I feel like when it comes to this Empress in reverse, somebody was insecure. You know what I'm saying? Or they a false person, like somebody wearing a mask. And this is somebody that wanted to be where a Empress, a divine feminine was supposed to be, but they are high priestess in reverse. You know what I'm saying? And there was a masculine at one time that was entertaining low vibrational people to the point where um they ended up losing more than they gained by the time they had to do some self, or be made aware. Okay, that self-awareness. Like somebody, by the time they look at the, analyzing what's going on, out of all the over analyzing they was doing, this person now seeing why they couldn't make the decision they needed to make, and where all their time and new beginning opportunity that they may have missed actually went. And it was purposely done because somebody wanted what this person was going after, or what they knew uh, this person was possibly almost close as hell to getting. And that's somebody that is totally opposite of anybody they ever been with. You may have had your low vibrational moments or something like that, but it may not have been to the extent of somebody else's house low. Okay. You may not have ever stooped to these people level to do this, the things that they've done, the way that they are, how they can be. You would never, you have not brought yourself to stoop to those people level. Not even for this, whoever this masculine is. All right. If it's for a job, you just would not get to that point of, brown nose and, I'm saying, Charlie Brown in the situation just so you can get on top, so you can get the position, so you can get the recognition. You know what I'm saying? But this is somebody, in the past they may have, held back, being stubborn. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this is, yeah, somebody that did not, they did a lot of reckless spending. Yeah, they may have spent on things that, like I said, but did not was not for their greater good. Um, and they could have had a lot of financial insecurity too if they was holding back. Like they may have felt like they didn't have what they needed financially to come towards you, to be with you, even if that's not what you required. Clarify this Four of Pentacles in reverse by itself. What's the Four of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah, what I tell you, Eight of Wands. This is why somebody took their time coming towards you. They were slow coming towards you because this person felt like they didn't financially have what they needed. You know what I'm saying? And they may have been around people that they spent on or did things for. Thinking that these people, or they may have had people pointing to them, and they were pointing to these people, and these people intentions was never pure. They was, maybe spending a little bit to get a little bit. So some of these Seven of Cups could have been a pay to play and stuff like that, situationships, friends with benefits, but it ain't benefiting shit if it ain't got you going nowhere but in circles every year doing the same thing. Six of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck with the Magician and the Temperance. So somebody, moving forward, you know what I'm saying, and they refusing to be stuck in the past. Somebody could be leaving home, reclaiming their independence, making new memories, finding, new places to hang out, just doing everything new. Like somebody's, refusing to be stuck in the past. And they could have went back to somebody that was stuck in the past of how something used to be, how how people get together and they be like, remember when we stayed over there and such and we used to go here and do this, man, yeah. If somebody would sit there and talk about, reminisce the whole damn party away. All right. But yeah, you got the Magician, somebody's manifesting and possibly, some peace, some harmony in their life. You know what I'm saying? But they also maybe be turning down a lot of options, offers and stuff with the Four of Cups. Somebody could be contemplating, like, feeling some type of disconnect too, especially if they is discontent with how, they can come towards you to give you an offer. And they right now they could be rejecting offers. You could be rejecting offers from people right now because you're protecting your peace. You know what I'm saying? But somebody want to come in, somebody chatting, having some, conversations with people, asking some questions. But this is why somebody didn't come towards you, when you took that leap of faith, or they looking to take a leap of faith to go with you on this journey, or they were. But it's like somebody knows that they only reason for procrastinating was because they were overthinking a lot of not knowing where something would go. They were overthinking something instead of just taking a leap of faith to go see, or taking off with you. You know what I'm saying, and seeing where it goes. And I feel like now this person is realizing it wasn't even about their money. It wasn't about material things. It wasn't about their looks. It wasn't about, what they was working. It wasn't about none of that. It was about them. It was about them doing better, what I'm saying, as a masculine, doing better as a feminine. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, that's what slowed somebody down with this 8 of Wands in reverse. It's like somebody, was waiting, you know what I'm saying? Like this slow movement. Like they could be experiencing some delays in their money or delays in travel or something like that. Like some they could have had transportation issues or something, regarding them coming towards you to make a, to give to you. You know what I'm saying? Or get, do something that they know they need to do. Like somebody could be playing for the 8 of Wands in reverse. Like somebody was slow coming towards a slow movement. I would say taking their damn time, or somebody thought that they had time to take, but they take their ass on there. Yeah, the cups in reverse. With the 9 of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. See somebody, really, what I'm saying? They were slow because this person, was also feeling like an imbalance. Like this is, somebody in solitude. Like they social life, this is somebody that don't do too much of nothing, and they not really, taking nobody up on getting out going or what it's, they could be expressing some loneliness, but it's also somebody could feel exhausted, you know what I'm saying, from all this partying and shit like that, and doing the things that they, end up, doing for a good little while, like something or some way of being has somebody exhausted now. If they met these people out clubbing, the nightlife and all that, this person is pooped. You hear me? Now the swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck with the 4 of Swords, with the Ace of Swords, Spears, that's the truth. This person is, done had some sleepless nights. They didn't have some migraines. They can have migraines. They can have back pain. They can be feeling just wore out. You know what I'm saying? But this dinosaur at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Um, yeah, but this person they learning to cope now. You know what I'm saying? Facing life. Even shame. Even they having to face that. It could be resting, protecting their peace right now because at this point, shit, it can cause, a lot of instability, you know what I'm saying, somewhere. And they feel like, yeah, somebody, they feel, need to, and somebody got a lot of protection around them too, like a lot of self protection. So somebody now knows, your spirit team, um, spiritually, physically, you got a lot of protection around you. So this person, knows that you got people protecting your peace, you protecting your peace. But this is, somebody possibly recuperating now, from the fact that they, having to accept some guilt. You know what I'm saying? They could be, finding help now, looking, to try to reach out to somebody, like try to talk to somebody possibly about um a counselor or a therapist or something like that. They could be trying to find, somebody that they trust that um got their best interests at heart instead of, these people that they normally was hanging around and, spending time with, pouring into, that really wasn't by shit. You know what I'm saying? What's the overall outcome? Hold on. Back up. Let's get some of this. See what the tea is. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, you got hustling, cloud hunger, and running. Somebody could be exercising, somebody could be getting bad karma too. Somebody could be, focusing on a bag or, money was the mission then or something like that. But let's see what the tea is real quick and we're gonna close in. What's the T in this situation? If my collective needs to know, what's the T? Bad reputation, crying over you. Mhm. What's the T in this situation for my collective? They need to know. Queen rising. All right, divine family. Anything else? What's the T in this situation? Bankrupt. Bottom of the deck creeping. Give me one more. What's the T in this situation for my collective? We need to know what's the T. We're not saying what's the T in this situation. Hook. Yeah, somebody looking you up. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, you got crying over you. The first card out is reputation. Somebody could smoke. So that could be a blonde. Don't have to be. Somebody could wear blonde weed. Could be a significance. But yeah, somebody could smoke Black and Mild, smoke cigarettes. Somebody could smoke Newports. Don't have to be. You got crying over you. Still not over it, watching your posts, pretending they're fine. What did I say? Somebody watch you on social media, but they may not, you may not be posting shit. You know what I'm saying? You may be, just have it. You might have some platforms you do post on, but you posting, and that's letting them know you're still around. You still on social media. You may not be posting too many selfies or any selfies at all. You may have taken all your selfies down. You may just be posting content, about whatever it is you're into. Um, whatever the news is around town or whatever, they're talking about, politically, spiritually, maybe posting things like that, not too much more, about what you're doing, your moves or nothing. But this person is, still not over it. Like somebody's still not over whatever you and this person had, whatever, it may have come and went, whatever the connection was about and whatever went on in it, good and bad, this person ain't over it. And then for some of you, it's something in particular in this connection before you and this person ended that they not over. You got Queen rising, blowing up loud, all eyes on her, coming up spotlight. So you may be, soon to be getting a lot of public recognition for something you're doing. Um, you may be, doing some things, physically, you may be doing yoga, you may be doing some type of aerobics or something like that, or you just, putting yourself out there, and enjoying yourself now. You may be an introvert, but you may be trying to, get out more and, dress up, go back to just like if you was with somebody. You know what I'm saying? And some people tend to, kind of dumb themselves down when they're not in a connection because who I got to answer to, who I'm trying to show up for. But I feel like, this is a queen rising. This is somebody that dresses and walks and talks and, spends their time as a queen. Like this is somebody that, moves like they with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on my way to somebody on their way to me. You know what I'm saying? Next card, bankrupt. So somebody, on this card, somebody could have past due bills, that they can't pay or, trying to get an extension or trying to, figure out what they're gonna do and how they're gonna do it and who gonna do it. Next card, hooked. Somebody is hooked. Okay, like somebody could be hooked on something. They could be, hooked on you, hooked on somebody. Because whoever this is, they can't let go. They not over you. Like somebody is crying over you because they hooked. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like somebody, didn't think out of all the options they had that you would be the one that they would, that would have them like this. Because this person didn't even see it coming. They, like I said, they had a room full of options And they were so distracted with the options, they weren't even looking at the fact that they weren't even where they needed to be at in their own life to even get the person and secure the person. They had several options, but to secure them, even if they secured some, it ain't the one they wanted. It ain't none of these people they wanted, and they ended up turning out being somebody that you didn't want. So that's all I got for you, collective. Hopefully the message resonates and or is helpful. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I love you. Bye.